so I know this is a very mentally unwell comparison. However, I would argue that Urban Spook and Garten of BanBan are genuinely good parallels of each other. One series is so insanely over the top that it's very difficult to take any of its scares even remotely seriously, while the other is so overtly non-scary that it barely even qualifies as a horror game. Here's a very unfun fact about me. I have played literally every single Garten of BanBan, aka GOB. Yeah, I have played every single one that has been released, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what the story is supposed to be about. Let's just take a look here. So the first game is this really short, understated Mascot horror game where you go into a weird kindergarten, get chased around by a bird for a bit, then fall into the green man's bathtub, and that's it. That's the end of the game, right? Now, let's cut ahead to the 6th game, where there's magic wands, giant kangaroos, evil slugmen. I don't understand what the evolution is here. Like, why is Larry the Lobster literally the guy from 1984? I am Adolf Hitler! Yeah, I know this is kind of another very rambly video, but I'm gonna be real. Do you actually want a full story summary of 8 extremely mediocre puzzle games with very light horror elements? I'm just summarizing all the parts from these games that I can actually bother to remember, which is already a pretty short list, but a humongous bulk of these games are extremely agonizing, repetitive puzzle sequences that just go on forever and ever 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 and ever. This really isn't helped by the whole rule of threes thing that they follow in every game for some reason. Okay, so if you don't understand, rule of threes is a video game term. It's like, so you know how in Mario when you need to beat a boss, you step on his head 3 times? That's what it is. But the good old UFO brothers, the good old euphoric brothers, they seem to really align with the rule of threes, specifically for all the most miserable parts of their game. The only thing I can do to entertain myself is imagine fucking porn. I literally... Oh, actually, let's go back to that. Euphoric Brothers. These are the 2 guys who made the game, right? That's their whole thing. Euphoric Brothers, 2 game developers, right? Yeah, I don't think there are 2 brothers. Is this actually true? Probably not. Alright, so let's circle back to the story for a little bit, because I think I really want to emphasize to you how weird these games are. So, in the first game, you're like a big fat mamacita looking for her child or something, right? So you go to this weird kindergarten that they went to. Sure enough, everybody's gone. There's an evil pink bird. It tries to kill you. It falls down a hole. Then you fall down a hole. Jumbo Joshua gets you, and that's it. That's the end of the game, right? So, second game starts out. This kindergarten has a massive subterranean underground layer, like the fucking Chum Caverns. And you have to navigate it while talking to these big humanoid fucking balloon people. Yeah, there's actually voice acting in these games, and it's, yeah, it sounds like that. And everybody is vague posting constantly. It feels like none of the actual monsters in the game even know what's going on, but they really like pretending that they do. So they just make vague statements like,
"Look, I'm sorry I hit you, but you gotta understand. I needed something from you that I could only get if you were unconscious, and I was all out of sedatives."
Speaking of eyes, Nab Nab. He's like the evil one. I mean, they're all evil, but he's like the evil one. So, like, there's BanBan, he's the red guy, and he's like the main one, and then there's Nab Nab. He's the blue spider one, and he's the evil one. He has a lot of eyes. 3, specifically. That's the only reason why I wanted to bring him up, because of that transition. Check out, look, I bought one at Walmart. I spent $10 on that. There's not much else to say on Nab Nab. He's just one of my favorite designs. I don't know, he's stupid looking. Let's circle back to BanBan for a minute. So, he's kind of introduced as the overarching protagonist. Overarching, more like directly just the protagonist of the story. Basically, he's a okay, wait, hold on. I need to explain to you what the monsters are. Okay, so you know how like every Mascot horror game, it's like there's like a thing, right? So like Five Nights at Freddy's, kids are inside animatronics, right? Evil. Poppy Playtime, kids are inside monsters, evil. Okay, so Garten of BanBan is a little bit different. So, the creatures in these games are composited out of some weird clay material and filled with this green blood called Guyvanium, or Givanium? I think it's Guyvanium. But that's not all. In order to unlock self-awareness, sentience, and a personality, they must be merged together with human donor genomes? Okay, for one, I don't know what a genome is. I'm stupid. Appears to see itself as the human genome donor? Genome donor. Can you donate genomes? I didn't know you could do that. And two, when they get said genomes, it basically clones the human's personality into the monsters. So again, just to reiterate, Five Nights at Freddy's, dead children. Poppy Playtime, dead children. Garten of BanBan, weird clay monsters full of green goo that is mixed in with human DNA, which clones their personality to that of the human whose DNA they were merged with. Okay, commenters, tell me, would you donate your genomes to have your personality cloned into a clay Garten of BanBan monster? If so, what would your stupid-ass BanBan name be? Please let me know. Mine would be Bartholomew Batford III, by the way, in case you were curious. Okay, so anyway, that rant aside, let's go back to BanBan, because I have something very important to say. So he's kind of proposed as the protagonist, right? Except it's kind of off and on. Sometimes in games, he becomes a weird, unhinged devil thing and he tries to eat you. Actually, he really wants to eat a specific part of you. Maybe it's better if he just tells you, because, listen, I don't want to out anybody.
No liver, no intestine.
Whoa! Oh my lord!
Hello.
No pancreas was wrong? You're a freak? Oh my god, you're a creep! What happened to you? Yeah, so for some reason, he has a bizarre obsession with pancreases. So I don't know where this comes from. If I remember correctly, the Euphoric brothers said that they accidentally made a typo when putting together BanBan's mural in the first game, where instead of saying sharing is caring, he says your pancreas is mine, and they thought it was really funny, so they left it in. And while yes, I respect leaving in something stupid as a visual gag, I think that's a cool thing to do. A plot point? It's a plot point? Also, what kind of kindergarten would have a giant mural of a scary smiling devil with its tongue out, saying it wants your pancreas? What the fuck? God, maybe this and Urban Spook aren't too dissimilar after all. So anyway, you see this big roster of characters, right? Like this little mural? Yeah, very drawable, by the way. Ask me how I know. It's so bizarre. These games, I do not like at all. Don't get me wrong, there's a morbid fascination with them. But despite all of that, this game series is easily the thing I've made the most fan art for, like, ever. You can see some of the fan art I've made for it over the years. Now, granted, a lot of these were made for a gaming channel I used to run with some people, and I was the primary thumbnail artist, as well as doing animated intros and such for the episodes, as you can see here. Some of these I'm honestly pretty proud of. This animated intro with Stingerflight in particular I think looks really nice still. There's this time period where I did a bunch of redesigns of the monsters. I don't know what I was on with this. I guess I was going through a gum phase. I still like this little Flynn one though. Some scrapped transitions and just some random doodles. And hey, guess what I was doing at 3 a.m. last night while I was conceiving the idea for this video? Yeah, that's right. There's some more for you. Shit, sometimes in my sketchbooks, I'll just catch myself doodling one sometime. Again, I need to preface, I don't think about this game much at all. Maybe I'll think about it for a couple days after I play a new one that comes out, and if I'm editing a video together like I'm doing right now. But sincerely, I would not consider BanBan on my list of genuine hyperfixations. But yet, I just catch myself drawing these stupid-ass characters all the time. Are these characters good designs for a horror game? Honestly, are they very drawable though? Yes. Speaking of horror, let's talk about that. Is there anything scary in any of these games? No, not really. But in isolation, there are some moments that are a little creepy. Banbalina is actually the scariest monster to me, besides Ramamba. Ramamba is also pretty scary. I have a very strange fear of excessive facial makeup, in particular around the mouth. That's freaky. I hate that so much. The eyeliner.
She looks like Bubble Buddy.
I don't know what it is. I've always had this weird phobia with colored makeup. I can't describe it, but like Like people, like when people show me pictures of James Charles with his makeup on, I literally can't look at that. It scares the shit out of me. I don't know why, but it just bugs me, okay? It really bugs me. And for whatever reason, even though she's a gross-looking, like, bubble person, all that freaking smeared makeup on her it genuinely unsettles me. Oh my god! Oh, no!
Oh, you're a water can.
I'm the weird kid.
Ooh.
Oh! And, you know, listen, if you thought I was scared by this thing, you would not have wanted to be in the theater with me when we went and watched Weapons, okay? If you know, you know. But to be fair, I am a massive quivering pussy, and I will scream at just about anything. You want proof? Here. Oh, oh, that's actually scared me. That scared me really bad. Oh, god damn it.
Bro looked left real confident, like.
I did, no, I did.
Holy shit.
And for those of you who are curious, by the way, these videos and these clips were taken from my Let's Play channel, 3-1, that I run with my dear friend, Shu. He's the other guy you can hear in the recording. We kind of abandoned that channel, not gonna lie, but if you're interested in watching some of those older uploads, there you go. I think some of them are kind of funny. Okay, so remember how I mentioned earlier that the lore was really weird and like convoluted and kind of strange? Yeah, so here's what I can gather. By the way, a majority of this lore is gathered from like these dirty ass notebooks you find on the ground, so that makes it really satisfying game design. Okay, so basically there's this underground subterranean Chum Caverns laboratory that's developing evil clay clone people as like living child mascots. From what I can gather, they were supposed to be like staff members, hence why the white one is a teacher, because they're trying to teach her to teach. They're trying to teach the teacher to teach. So it could be like, I guess we don't have to pay laborers, we just have to spend hundreds of billions of dollars genetically cloning living sentient clay creatures, but whatever. Then there's this event called Bring a Friend Day, where something went terribly wrong, and the structural integrity of like this ball pit collapsed. Oh, by the way, this is what the ball pit looks like now. I guess they built the ball pit over like a several mile deep chasm, so that's good safety regulation. And I guess all the mascots predictably went crazy and then like killed all the adults. You can find a plane ticket for these characters, Mrs. Mason, and I think his name is Adam Uthman, which by the way are the people that Banbalina and BanBan believe themselves to be, meaning that's who they were cloned off of, was these two people who seem to be running the entire operation. You can find plane tickets for them in the first game, which implies pretty overtly that they never made it to the plane and probably just died. And then of course later games expand on this by revealing that they weren't just developing evil mascots underground, they were developing evil magical wands that could cast magical spells. And they were developing giant gargantuan moon-faced worm creatures for some reason, or maybe the moon creature was always there. It's kind of left ambiguous if that was just like a thing that they found or if that's a thing that they made. But I believe it's probably the latter, because there's literally a mascot mural for him that honestly looks creepier than the main design. Like, listen, don't get me wrong, a lot of these I can understand as like potentially being child mascots, but like really? No way. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, this is being recorded in post, by the way. In the most recently released trailer for the new game coming out, it ends with a shot. Let me just show you. Yeah, so the next game is going to involve a burping human in some way. So that's cool. If you want my personal theories, this is probably going to be revealed as like the actual Uthman, or it's going to be part of the dream sequence. Oh my god, the dream sequences. I forgot to mention the best part of these games. So the character is Stinger Flynn, who's this guy, by the way, who in the third game is this big for some reason. Yes, they just got a smaller model and upscaled it. Basically, his whole thing is that in every game, since the one he was introduced in, which is Garten of BanBan 3, he brings his little tendrils up to your forehead overhead, electrocutes you, and then brings you into a strange dream vision where you have no control. It's just a cutscene, you're just watching a cutscene. And the dream seemingly has an overarching plot line. So in the first dream sequence, Stinger Flynn is driving a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee with an awesome BanBan fucking logo on it. I believe it's called the Stinger Flynn Mobile canonically, so that's pretty cool. I don't know how Stinger Flynn knows about the 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee, but boy does he love it. Anyways, the gang's all together. Stinger Flynn, the bird, that, and BanBan, and of course you, the player, the mamacita. And you're all driving to the beach, which is somewhere Stinger Flynn has always wanted to go. It's like his prime character motivation for some reason. So he's like, yeah, we're all going to the beach and everything's great. And it has this really like shitty song on in the background. Sorry to whoever made that, but it's kind of ass. And he's like, yes, this is great. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when we're going to the beach. It's all good. But then him and, BanBan, that big red bastard, he starts instigating conflict and arguing with Stinger Flynn. And they get in a big old fight right there, which causes Stinger Flynn to turn around and look away from what's ahead of him. Stinger Flynn, look out! Also, I just wanted to mention that during my playthrough of Garten of BanBan 8, my friend literally fell asleep twice on call while watching me play. So if that is an indicator for how dull these games get, I don't know what is.
I fell asleep twice during this recording, I'm not even kidding.
Are you actually, seriously?
Yes. I've never been so immediately drained from watching somebody play something.
Then in the fourth game, you're in like a campground and Choo Choo Charles shows up for some reason. I probably just spatted a bunch of gibberish at you right now. That's a character from a completely different like viral horror game that came out, in 2023, I think? I have a makeshift plush of him, so if that means anything to you, there you go. Then in the next one, I think you're at a bus stop and like you get abducted by like an alien bus or something, or no, I think one blows you up, or it's something like, I'll just play it. You can see what you know what I'm talking about. And then in the one after that, sorry for saying the one after that a lot. I can't. I've been recording for a while. Okay, I can't be bothered to remember what these fucking games are called. You're in a plane, and then an argument breaks out. Everyone falls out of the plane, and you're falling down to the ground like it's fucking Fortnite or something. And then finally, in the latest game, it's literally just the intro of Skyrim for some reason. Another little detail, this isn't a lore tidbit, this is just something I've noticed. None of the characters have any sort of lip syncing, so their voices are just coming out of their mouths, so it makes it feel like there's like an evil, like there's just a flesh person in there wearing a big costume, which by the way, would be a really cool, creepy atmospheric choice for the games, but I know who I'm talking to here.
You're new and unpopular student, so you will have to sit with the unpopular table in the middle.
Let's see, what else comes to mind? The voice acting is crazy. Here's some clips in isolation.
That idiot over there wants my treasure! I found it first! It's mine!
That was almost a Mr. Krabs impression. Oh my god.
Okay, this is objectively the best band.
This is awesome.
Okay,
Never
I'm
rank
sorry.
first.
Oh, this
They're gonna
is
get
big.
pulled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it sounds like that. One of the characters from the latest game is literally a giant lobster. He's just a lobster. He's not like this isn't a guy, this is a lobster. And then at the end of the game, you find a room that's full of his lobster babies. And they're again, I need to emphasize, they're just lobsters. Actually, you know what? There's a lot of weird characters introduced in the latest game. Like, for example, there's this guy who's like, a hyena thing. He's just a hyena. There's this one that's just a chinchilla. Like this is a chinchilla. This is fucking Mort from Madagascar. Another little trope in these games' lore is that characters can never die. Like, they just don't die. To the point where when an actual death does happen, I just don't believe you. These characters survive several story falls on the regular, being beaten to death with no scarring at all. As far as I'm concerned, the only actual character deaths are probably that of the lobster and the chinchilla, because both of their heads literally explode off their body. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe the awesome element Jivadium works like fucking super glue and they can just put themselves back together. Anything is possible in this wacky world. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. So this character right here, his name is Captain Fiddles, and he has been, like, visible since the first game. Like, he's been a little mural since the first game, but he has not shown up in any mainline series outside of the dream sequences, ever. Like, not once. Not even the prequel game where they're all babies. He has never once showed up, and I don't know why. Is he the secret behind everything? Is Captain Fiddles the key of this mystery? But then there's a little secret aspect to these games, right? Because there is a secret room that is accessible in every single one of them. And all the secret room ever amounts to is like a weird little office with a brand new mural of a brand new, never before seen character. Now, normally you would think, oh, this is the character that'll show up in the sequel, but no, no, no. This is the character that's going to show up 2 to 3 sequels from now. You see, these dastardly euphoric brothers, what they like to do is plant their seeds early. They want to keep this gravy train running for as long as it possibly fucking can. This is the character roster in the first game. This is the current character roster. You know what's really funny about this? When Garten of BanBan initially inexplicably blew up, a bunch of content farm channels caught on to it and started making these really, really strange animations for fake sequels. But over time, the actual game series that these content farms are stealing from have started to really emulate the behavior of the content farm, and this cast sheet is probably the best example of that. And also, who the fuck is that? Are we serious? Yeah, so this character was introduced in the secret room of the latest game, so he's not gonna be like a character until a couple games from now. But who the fuck is this? Uni Balloony? I genuinely feel like this is something I would have accidentally stumbled upon fucking browsing through DeviantArt as a kid. On one of those accounts where they upload the exact same image but color swapped or like barely edited literally 300 times a day. Like, this design is truly abysmal. Reminder, this is supposed to be a Mascot horror game, by the way, and I'm gonna be honest, this is the scariest character they've made so far. BanBan's a devil, that's generic. Nabnab's a spider, that's generic. Uni Balloony is a child molester. that's, you know what, that's actually kind of generic. Yeah, this game has a gimmick mechanic. It's a drone. You click on the wall, the drone flies there. That's how you press buttons. It's really slow, it's really annoying, has awful responses, and it's just horrible to control. It sucks. That's all you need to know.
Wait, guys, watch. I can make it go into the wall.
If they just dropped every game mechanic, and made it a walking simulator where you walk around to different areas and watch these gay-looking monsters fucking get in a mud wrestling competition, dude, I'm so down. This thing would go from the bottom of my list to, like, the top 20. Easy. Oh, by the way, did you think I was joking when I said gay monsters mud wrestling? I would like to introduce you to this scene from the latest game.
There's one thing you need to know about me, Six.
He's gonna turn buff. He's gonna be a
I'm
big
not
buff man.
the perfect version of you that they
They're
want
gonna have
you to
mud
be.
wrestling and kissing.
You isn't perfect that they want you to think. I'm just better at controlling my anger.
This is so anime, it's hilarious. Oh, stand next to the projector, of course.
Don't keep rushing.
Yeah, so I'm not judging. I just wanted to point it out. Also, I know I mentioned earlier my history with BanBan fan art, but I think a greater spotlight should be put on the actual fan artists for the series who have been, like, officially hired by the Euphoric Brothers, because, I mean, some of this art is legitimately amazing. So all I can hope for is that these fan artists are being paid dividends for their work, because truly, this is immaculate stuff. They actually put an entire fan art section, like, in the game of the latest one. Like, it's a room that you go through. It's a big fan art room. And that was easily my favorite part in any Garten of BanBan game to date. Ooh. I like that. That's a cool painting. Who did that? Okay, well, I would have actually liked to have known who painted it. Oh, right. Not a big abstract guy, though. Ooh. Oh, that's sick. Oh my god. That looks really good. That's unironically a really good drawing. Who's making these? Oh, that's so sick! Oh my god, that's awesome. That's I'm pretty sure that's inspired by the Junji Ito story where the guy dreams too much and becomes a big-headed alien. I forget which one that is, but that's a very similar panel, like the way it's inked and everything. So, similar to the Urban Spook video, believe it or not, but many moons ago, when Garten of BanBan 2 had just released, I actually wrote an entire video script that never got made. The video was going to be a defense of Garten of BanBan, because at the time, it got an astronomical amount of hate. Like, it was genuine BanBan derangement syndrome for a long time. And again, I'm very grateful that I didn't end up making that video because the script was incredibly flawed. But I still would agree with the thesis of my old video script, in that I feel like the hate for the game was incredibly overblown. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it started out as an incredibly generic Mascot horror game, like extremely so. And it blowing up probably did rub a lot of people the wrong way, considering it kinda got a lot of unfair attention. But at the same time, it's still just a little indie game made by probably one person, but potentially two brothers. And while yes, it was very successful, I don't feel like the brothers should be blamed for that. I don't know, the hate always felt really strange to me. Like, at least with the Poppy Playtime games, there's a justifiable reason because the developers were really fucking weird. But that's a topic for an entirely different video that will also get made, by the way. I kind of wanted to make a Poppy Playtime video before I made a BanBan video, but the new entry of Poppy Playtime is coming out in, like, I don't know, like a month. So I kind of just want to wait until that releases so I can release a fresh video with, you know, my full thoughts. But anyway, so I guess, would I recommend Garten of BanBan to anybody?
No.
What I would recommend, though, is watching a playthrough of the games, because I think they have enough really funny, weird, out-of-pocket moments that it's still worth experiencing for yourself, but playing the games is absolute misery. Obviously, if I could point you in any direction, I would point you towards my Let's Plays. But if you want something more comprehensive, I'd point you in the direction of Markiplier or Call Me Carson, both of which have played through every game in the series, to my understanding, and they're pretty funny videos. Will I be playing the new game when it comes out? Yeah, probably. Will I make a video about it? Yeah, probably. But until then, I think I'm gonna call it here. See you in the next video, whenever that'll go up. Oh, and also, before I go, I wanted to address the red elephant in the room. Thank you a lot for the positive reception to the Urban Spook video. To be honest, that was a video I recorded entirely on a whim. I kind of left this channel abandoned for a while, and I really wasn't planning on coming back to it. But I mean, just wow. I've never experienced this much attention on anything I've ever made or posted online before. So this is really genuinely like trajectory changing for me. And if anybody, if any of you lovely commenters have anything that you would enjoy seeing me talk about or play through or watch or just anything at all, let me know. I could always use more suggestions. So yeah, thanks for everything. Bye bye.